Hi, I'm Mary Thengvall. I'm a community builder here at Chef, and I'm here with Nathan Haneysmith, co-founder of Chef. Happy to have you at the conference, and it's been a great few days so far. How's the conference been for you?
This has been great. So this is my fourth ChefConf,
Nice.
and it's been a really fun year. This has always been a big homecoming for me. There's a lot of people in the community, and even within Chef that I only see here.
Yeah.
It's just been really great to see all my peeps.
Cool. That's awesome. So like you said, I mean, it's a homecoming for you. It's a reunion of sorts, and I think it's that way for quite a few people in the community. I think that's one of the things that I love the most about Chef too, is just it's a fantastic community, and they're incredibly welcoming, and I know that that's something you've been a part of from the start. What's your favorite thing about that kind of reunion feel?
About the reunion feel. So I think for me, I love that there's this group of people who, in addition to just learning, like it's more than just the tech, right? Like the people here matter, and the people here care about connecting with the other people who are doing the thing, right? If this was just about the tech, we would all just, read the docs and do the thing.
We wouldn't have to get together.
Right, but it turns out that this whole movement is about the individual humans who are doing the stuff.
Right.
And so I love that there's this group of people who want to connect, who want to get together and help each other.
That's cool. No, it's definitely, it's one of the perks of working for Chef. It's a perk of being a part of the community as well. So how has Chef changed or grown in 4 years? I mean, or not in 4 years, but over a span. I mean, obviously we've grown as a company, we've grown as a product. What are some of the things that have surprised you along the way?
Well, so for me, like my history with the company goes back to Adam, Jacob, and I sitting around coffee tables wondering if we could pay rent.
Right.
And I knew really early on that the tools that we were building were going to be really good for solving our problems. But I never expected the amazing growth that we've seen. And I think probably the single biggest shocker for me was the amazing engagement we've had from some of our big enterprise partners, right? Microsoft. Like, I don't think it was, I don't remember if it was last year or the year before, but sitting in the audience and watching Microsoft talk about Azure and our product and how awesome they could work together blew my mind.
I think it blew a lot of people's minds.
Yeah.
It's pretty fantastic.
So I think that's probably the biggest surprise for me that I would have never guessed.
Right. And we were talking this morning a little bit at the end of the keynotes about how DevOps has changed and how different it is from what people expected, and whether their predictions were, have come true or not, and what things have been different than they thought they would be. About the DevOps movement in general, how do you think it's been different than we expected, or than you expected, both good and bad?
I think one of the things that I don't think it's moving as fast as I thought it would.
Okay.
There's still a lot of enterprises and a lot of corners where there's still very strong silos, and people who have entire careers of operating in that way who aren't interested in changing that. And so I think seeing the people who've been very slow and very resistant to the change because that's not how they've done things for a long time. I think that still surprises me, right? Because it's so much better, and I'm like, this is magic. Why doesn't everybody love bacon and ice cream? This is great. How could you not want bacon and ice cream?
Yeah.
And so I think like seeing people who either fight it or don't choose to spend the time to understand it and how it can make their lives better. That's probably the thing that I would have thought everybody would be doing it by now. A little bit of an optimist in that regard.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Cool. So how do you think we can encourage those people who haven't quite picked it up yet to start moving in that direction. Because like you said, it's not just this is a new fad. Like, it actually improves quality of life and quality of business and makes things better across the board.
Sure.
So how do we encourage everyone to kind of join on that parade?
I think there's two pieces to it. One is making sure we have really good and really strong stories around education and getting started. If you have someone who's a career system administrator, what are the things you have to know to go from that to this new way of thinking, way of acting?
Right.
If you're a long-time developer, like, how do you get started down this path? And make sure we have the materials to make it as easy as possible to get started down that path.
Right.
And the other piece is just being successful and leading by example, right? People in businesses who are successful will get attention, and people will want to follow and figure out what they did differently. And that's true both from company A to company B, as well as teams within companies, right? When one company has some really early fast successes and they start getting praised and being successful, other teams will want to follow that. And so I think winning and being successful and making it easy for people who may have never, an ops person who's never looked at code and developer or talked to a developer about what's important to them, making it easy for them to figure out how to move into this type of work.
Fantastic. Well, thank you for taking the time to talk to me this afternoon. It's been great.
Yeah,
and I hope you enjoy the rest of the conference.
Thank you very much.
Cool. Thanks.